Hey guys, so I woke up a little while ago. I did some stretches. I'm currently working on my morning shake. I'm not gonna work out today. I only train 6 days a week, only. Um, and Sunday I'm just gonna be going for a run and lifting as opposed to just taking the day off like I normally do. It's just with the PM shifts, I want to actually have real food today, and that means that I have to have lunch at Dad's as opposed to just having my protein shake at work and fasting and just the food at work has basically been non-existent or just shit like Reese's cups and chips. So I want to have like actual real food, not just my MRE shakes for food today. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's enough about today. And then on my way into work, I'll talk a little bit about my different weightlifting like cycles. All right, see you. Hey guys, so I just ran to grab some food, but so I just want to talk a little bit about my different training cycles. So I basically have 3 cycles. I have off season, which is where I generally try and build muscle, gain strength, just work technique, which is that's my main training cycle. Right, I do conditioning. I do much more heavy lifts, lower reps to try and put on muscle and get stronger and build my power up. And when I'm training like martial arts, like jiu-jitsu, judo, Muay Thai, during the off season, I'm training to improve technique or to learn new things. Then I have training camp, or what I call on season. The first part, this is like the 6 weeks before whatever I'm training for, generally speaking. And so that is where I change up my diet. And so when I lift, usually my weights are lower. It's not like I'm not reducing my lifting of heavy weights so that I'm losing weight. It's just I have less fuel, so it's a little bit harder for me to hit the same weights. And I'm not trying to build muscle at that point. I'm trying to maintain. So I'm not going to add weights on. And and my conditioning workouts go way up. So I'm working more on conditioning. That's partially to get my weight under control. It's partially to be able to press for the entire competition. So to push the pace. So like if it's an MMA fight, amateur is 3x3, so that's 9 minutes I have to go for. If it's judo, it's only 5 minutes. Jiu-jitsu is the same thing, 5 minutes. Wrestling 7. But it's being able to go hard for that whole time. So that's when I'll start doing stuff at Y Crew, like tire flips, and in between rounds, it's my opponent's resting or my training partner's resting, and I'm doing tire flips, or I'm doing sprints, or 20 push-ups, what have you. I'm doing something to tire me out so that when I go back in, I'm now tired. I'm not going to be relying on strength or speed at that point. I have to do things right to save energy. Then the last phase is the cutting phase. So I stopped doing heavy lifts. It's like the 2 weeks before. I stopped doing heavy lifts. Everything comes down to lighter lifts, much higher reps, and it's essentially preventative. So like I do a lot more shoulder stuff because I have issues with my shoulders, and it's super easy in grappling to injure your shoulders. Though I've actually seen more of my teammates who are pure strikers, I've seen injure their shoulders in Muay Thai than I have seen them in grappling, which is weird. I never would have thought that, but George said something to me that, like, you know, us grapplers basically always do resistance training. So we, where we're trying to pull someone's arm over and they're not letting it go. So we have kind of more of those support muscles. But so when I'm in the cut, I focus on doing that stuff, like basically physical therapy, like preventative physical therapy, as opposed to like trying to build muscle. It's just maintaining range of motion, keeping strength throughout the whole range of motion, and wearing out those muscles to burn calories. Doing a lot more running, doing more yoga, which is not so much for the calorie burn, but to like actually make sure everything's working properly, and my calories come down even further. So like one of the reasons I'm so tired today is the last 3 days I've been like at least 600 calories in deficit, which is a lot. I think it was actually more, but I'm not great at the whole calorie calculation thing, and that just kind of adds up, and especially being off my rhythm this week, because I'm working the PM shifts, which I don't normally do. So my sleep has been terrible, and I'm like weirdly stressed when I go into which is so bizarre because the PM shift at work is easier. Like I have less things to do. When I say easier, like it can be harder because there's more of a chance of like something going really wrong, like some drunk homeless guy like passing out on the sidewalk or something, or, you know, drunk fight at the bar. But, you know, with the whole pandemic, that's just not really happening. But the AM shift is super busy. It's a lot of administrative stuff. It's just like everything needs to be done quickly and right then. But I don't know. Maybe it's the team that I work with in the morning. Maybe it's, well, I know that's part of it. And then another part I think is just the just kind of feeling wrong, like I'm not supposed to be there at this time. I don't know. But so between the stress and everything, you know, I've been kind of struggling, and I know Saturday is going to be a really hard workout, and Sunday I'm going to work out pretty hard as well before I have to head up north. But so I decided to take the day off instead and have a little bit of a cheat meal. I'm really close to weight. I know I can make where I am. I know I can make. I've dropped 6 pounds in 6 hours before. I'm within distance. I'm easily within striking distance of the cut. So I'm just I'm not as worried about it. Obviously, I'm still trying to lose it as like fat as opposed to a water cut, just to make my life easier. But you know I can make it. I just need I needed a day for like a mental reset, and you know it's okay to do that, guys. It's just, you know, you can't make it a habit of, oh, you know, I don't feel good today, so I'm not gonna train. It's like, you know, I was gonna take Sunday off because that's my normal routine, and I was like, well, if I take Thursday off because I have, you know, I feel like I haven't slept in 2 days. I have slept, which is why I'm kind of pissed. And I feel like I haven't slept in 2 days. I feel like I've barely eaten in 3 days, which is true. And I have to deal with this fucking nonsense being off my schedule at work. It's like, you know, I'm just going to take Wednesday off, and I'll make Sunday harder, and I'll make tomorrow's workout harder. So that's going to be it. Also, I spent last night starting edits and watching breakdowns, so I probably didn't sleep great last night. All right, see ya.